the attorney Brooke Goff, live from my home office, right? So I've actually very much enjoyed this time, remote and everything else, as it's allowed me to shoot more educational videos because we're not showing up to court appearances. Everything's pretty much done by phone. I want to kind of step away from the COVID situation, right? So all we hear about on TV, and no matter where you are, is about COVID. But let's talk about something that affects our lives daily. Car accidents, right? So I do a ton of these with workers' comp. I'm going to talk about car accidents today. And then next week, we'll talk about some workers' comp stuff. I want to talk about, well, firstly, there's this phenomenon we all know about, right? So all of you that live in Connecticut that might be watching this are well aware of the phenomenon that involves people, how do I want to say, when the first flurry falls, right? So what happens? People get in accidents. One flurry on the road and forget about it. It's like nobody's ever known how to drive before, and we haven't been doing this for years and years and years. Why is that? It's this phenomenon that people forget how to drive, okay? So that's likely going to happen as things start opening up, because the change is that people haven't been driving and now are going to be driving and they've forgotten. So it's important, and I can guarantee you or somebody you know in these coming months are going to get in an accident of some sort, whether it be your fault or something else, hopefully not your fault. And I want to make sure you're ready for it, and I want to make sure you know what benefits are available to you and what decisions you need to make from the get-go, okay? So let's talk about car accidents and what needs to happen initially. So let's just say you were in a car accident, all right? And let's have an example here where the injury is not as severe. There's no blood, there's no broken bones that are obvious, these types of things, okay? So let's call it for now just maybe a whiplash injury. Well, if it happens on a highway, what you need to understand is this myth of keep your car where it was is actually more dangerous to you than anything. I don't know about you, but if I get in an accident on 84 or 95, I am not staying on the side of the road. These people drive like maniacs, right? So here's the deal. If you get hit from behind, because most of the injuries or accidents we see on the highways are rear enders, you're obviously going to pull over to the side of the road, right? Just get your bearings about you. Fine. Realize what happened. Okay. The car probably pulled over behind you, hopefully, right? Let's hope they were human beings and they want to do the right thing. So they pulled over behind you. All you got to do is, first, you should call 911, get a police out. Number one, that is the thing to do. Don't take this, oh, you don't need a report, exchange information. Guys, I can't tell you how many times that doesn't work, okay? What we see end up happening is either the information they gave you is wrong or the car is stolen, and then we're playing this wild goose chase and it's delaying your case for 6 to 9 months because we're trying to find the perpetrator, okay? Don't do that. Doesn't make sense. Please don't do that to yourself or your case, and trust me, you're going to know if it feels wrong, it's because it is, all right? So call the police. The police are on their way. Fine. The police will likely tell you, by the way, to get off the highway. If you're on a quiet side road, okay, fine. But most of the time, they're going to tell you to move. So take your phone after you hang up. Turn around to the back. Snap a picture of the license plate. What does that do for us, right? Well, that tells us the kind of car it was. If you can get the person in it, that's even better. I've had cases, I could tell you stories all day. Most of you guys know. You're welcome, Bill, for the mask. I've had cases where unfortunately, the defendants are like, I never got in an accident. I don't know what they're talking about, because they had a son or a nephew or a friend, John Smith, that can fix the car. So she just brought it in there, got it fixed, and never had to tell anybody about it. Thought it would go away. Well, guess what? I had a case where my client did what I'm telling you to do. Had pictures of the vehicle, pictures of the license, and pictures of the driver. She must have forgotten. So the adjuster's like, this isn't our accident. You have the wrong person. No, I don't. I got all this from them. Here are the pictures. They paid me in 5 minutes. Guys, you have to play investigator, okay? So most people, I mean, we're all on Facebook. People on Facebook love to play investigator, right? That's fine. So play investigator to help yourself. Don't turn it off, turn it on, all right? So somebody rear-ends you when you're on 84, what are you going to do? Pick up your phone, call 911. And if you need immediate medical attention, you can provide yourself. You're going to want to do that. But that's not most of the cases. Fine. Call 911. Fine. All right. Understand, guys, those calls are recorded. All right. So try to leave out the swear words. Try to leave out all those, because we use those in cases all the time. So, don't say this, don't do that, because it's not going to make you look good in front of a jury. All right. So you call 911. Look, I got rear-ended. I'm at this location. Please send somebody out. Are you injured? I don't know. Fine. They come out to you. In the process, you're going to turn around, you're going to take the picture of the car behind you or to the side of you or wherever they are that they pulled over. Maybe they pulled over in front of you, even better. Take a picture, okay? Then you have the picture. If it's a tractor trailer, take a picture of the side of the tractor trailer if you can, guys, because they're very hard to identify, all right? Sometimes even with a license plate number. We ran into this in a more recent case. So all that happens, right? Let's say all that works itself out, all that happens, fine. So you have now listened to me and you've pulled over and let's say this happened near West Hartford, Corcoran's Corner, you pulled over and you pulled into one of those parking spots with the driver there. Fine. Make sure you're going slow so the driver doesn't think you're leaving the scene of the accident. Get there. Make the driver give you or show you a copy of their license, insurance card, registration. The registration is not that important, but the insurance card and the license sure are, okay? Snap a picture with your phone. Guys, these devices here, these are amazing, okay? So use them. You guys, everybody snaps 1,000 pictures with their phone, and then I ask my clients who have Facebook that are friends with me, hey, tell me about, show me the pictures. I didn't take any. What do you mean you didn't take any? You take pictures of everything. So guys, use common sense. Most of this is common sense. Take pictures. These pictures help us later on. I can't tell you if I put a value on pictures. I can tell you they've at some points brought me 3, 5, 10 times the amount of money that insurance would put on the case just because we had pictures. So you're off the highway, then you report what happens, right? The police officer is going to say to you, hey, do you have any injuries? If you don't feel anything, then of course, I don't think I'm injured, right? Because if you're not, you're not. However, if you feel any anxiety, shortness of breath, pain, whiplash, don't be a tough guy. Now's not the time. Because let me tell you, in a couple of days, if you're feeling pain in the insurance company we're dealing with, they're going to be like, well, your client was fine at the scene. Then they decided all of a sudden they're not fine. It's a losing argument for them, but make it easier for yourself. If you're feeling anything, report it. Don't play tough guy. Nobody's going to judge you. And guys, look, and the beauty of it is, let's say you feel a little, your neck and back is a little tight, but it was anxiety and it went away in a day, then fine. It went away in a day. Fine. That's great. Okay? Understand, guys, when you make a claim under somebody's insurance, they're not paying for it, right? The insurance company's paying for it. You have to take that into account. I have many people that chose not to do anything for a long period of time because they thought that the person was paying for it out of pocket. Not how it works, okay? So remember that. That's very important. All right, the cop is going to ask you, do you need to take an ambulance or do you need to go to the hospital? If you're in pain, you should get your medical attention immediately. I recommend you take the ambulance, you go to the hospital. You're going to say to me, well, Brooke, I don't want to pay my deductible, my insurance, everything else. Guys, we work it out, okay? We work it out. Understand that. It's not going to affect your bottom line at the end of the case. Understand that, all right? So don't make decisions about money. Don't think about that when you're sitting down. Make decisions about what's best for you and what's going to best serve you in the situation, okay? You need medical attention. Guess what, guys? You go to the hospital, maybe if you have anxiety, they give you some sort of a little something to calm you down. They'll may take some x-rays to see what's going on, and then you're out. If you have health insurance, you have to use it. We are not a no-fault state, guys, okay? So what does that mean for you? It means that in Connecticut, our medical bills are not paid by the car insurance ahead of time. They are paid down the road at settlement. So, understand that we are not a no-fault state. In Connecticut, we offer something called MedPay. Our insurance companies offer MedPay. Everybody should have it. Everybody that watches this video, everybody that sees this video should listen to what I have to say. Then they should get done with me, call your insurance company and say, look, do I have MedPay? If so, I want to add $5,000. What is it? It's inexpensive and it's free medical money. Guys, free medical money. They pay your medical bills, the first $5,000. Okay? Very, very important. Remember that. All right? So it's inexpensive and it's free medical money. So if you have a deductible, copays, whatever the case might be, it'll help you get through that period. All right, so now you've gone to the hospital. What do you need to do? You have a contractual obligation, guys, to notify your insurance, okay? Contractual obligation. If you don't, you're in violation of your contract of insurance. This is not a secret. It doesn't matter if your insurance pays for your vehicle or the other. Typically, we leverage to see who gives more because the at-fault insurance company ends up paying back your insurance anyways if you're not at fault, okay? So don't try to make assumptions or figure it out or talk to your friend Sam or John or Jane. Guys, leave it to the professionals, okay? I assure you what I'm telling you is accurate, all right? So here's the deal. You have to report it to your insurance company. You have to. So report it to your insurance company. Their insurance company is going to call you. Now, what do you do at this point? My recommendation is you get a free consultation with a attorney that does personal injury law. Don't get I never recommend the person that does it all. Real estate, divorce, criminal. You don't want somebody coming from a murder trial to go to a real estate closing and then, oh wait, I have to go to my friend, my client, my friend John Smith's car accident hearing. You don't want that. I mean, how do you turn that off, and how can you stay on top of everything? You can't. We collaborate in my office. All the attorneys, we talk all the time and throw ideas around and throw theories and hypotheses around. And let me tell you, that's a full-time job. These guys can't be doing that, guys. I'm telling you, they can't be doing it. If you want mediocre service, do that. If you want real service and you want to get the maximum dollar for your case, this is what you're going to do. You're going to hire a personal injury and workers' compensation attorney, and or I say, because there's a lot of crossover with workers' comp and personal injury. All right. So I would not get a statement until I did that. Most attorneys will talk to you for free. If they don't, tell them to kick sand, kick rocks, because there's so many of us that do. Clearly with COVID, we're not seeing being in person new clients right now. So what does that mean for you? Well, we do this, Zoom, boom, done. I've done, probably 75 of these things, okay? It's fun, clients love it. They get to know me, they feel safe, they don't have to get up. And I tell them, wear your sweats, right? Let me do the dressing up, wear your sweats. One time I was in my sweats when somebody wanted to talk to me right away, and I said, as long as you don't mind seeing me in my sweats and my sweater, I don't mind. And the client was very good about it. And in fact, actually, they said, I can't believe how down to earth you are. And I'm like, I'm a human being. I'm a mom. I'm a lawyer. I am a problem solver. I'm a wife. I'm just like everybody else. We just do different things. So more lawyers have to be down to earth, because if you can't connect with your clients, you're never going to succeed. This is this good old boys club thing or whatever. All right. So you've talked to an attorney, and that attorney should be educational with you guys. All right. They should be telling you the things I'm telling you right now. About the insurances, about coverages. They should educate you so that you can make the decision of whether or not to get them involved. If you feel pushed, run. If it feels wrong, run. Okay? Attorneys there's so many of us out there, especially in Connecticut. It's a small state. There's a lot of us. Some of us are on billboards like me. Some of us are on TV. I am too. But at the end of the day, I might not be your cup of tea, right? Which is okay. It's fine. I'm not offended. And you have to find that right person for you, because look at it this way, right? Do you want somebody with high energy that has I'm very much into the way I dress. Most of you, if you watch me on Facebook, but that has a good dress style, that can relate to a jury, that's a little animated, that's going to invest in the technology at your trial to beat the defense? Or do you want like the mothball, like old boys club that's like, okay, monotone. So my client was in an accident, and the opening statement. So my client over here was in an accident, and I'm asking for this. So do you want somebody to say, guys, look, I'm just like you. My client was in an accident. They're just like you too. Okay? So I'm going to firstly start and tell you the negatives of my case. Then we're going to go into the positives, because I don't want the defense to make you think that I'm trying to hide anything from you. Do you see that delivery, guys? That's different. You already start to connect with your jurors. That's what you want. And you need to talk to your attorney and see, what impression do they give me? If you feel pushed to sign, not the right fit, right? Because that means desperation. You don't want to be the nicest house on the street. If you have an enormous case, a death case, something like this, my condolences go out to you. If you do, or you know somebody that does, you don't want the nicest house on the street, guys. You want an attorney that's got a team. You want collaboration, right? Look, yeah, I may fall in love with the way I see something, but you want 6, 7, 8 of us sitting around a table, hashing out the issues and trying to find the best possible answer to your problem, the best possible way to plead your case so you can get the best possible outcome. Okay? So that's what you get with hiring a personal injury lawyer. I tell people in car accidents, look, I have actually one that came in yesterday. The woman was a little injured. She went for a couple visits. The insurance company offered her $3,500, I think it was. I probably could have gotten her maybe $6, because she didn't have the treatment, the bills, none of that. But guess what, guys, right? So I said to her, look, all you have to gain from getting me involved is $500. But it's going to probably take, because the attorney getting involved and everything else, another 3 months. Take the money. I listened to her whole story. I gave her the advice, take the money. She was so thankful. And you have to be able to trust people you call to give you a good opinion. Could I have made $2,000 on that case? Sure. but at that woman's detriment. That's not what we're here to do, guys. We're here to better the legal community. This is what millennials bring to the table, okay? This is why the attorneys that have been doing this a long time don't know what to do with us, because we bring a whole nother energy and know a whole nother, just a way of we see things. And I can tell you right now, I do not make money off the backs of other people when they absolutely could have done it on their own. I listen to them. I'll give them 15, 20 an hour, whatever it takes. And I will make them feel really good about the decision they're about to make. And if I've done that, and I say, look, you can do this on your own. This is what you have to do. I've gone above and beyond, and I've done my job, because every lawyer, you guys, deserves that and deserves to give that to you guys. All right. So let's get back to our car accident scenario just for a moment, right? So at this point, you've spoken to an attorney. Let's say you didn't hire an attorney. You didn't want one. So now you're going to get a statement to the insurance. That statement is going to be used later, guys. They actually record it. You can tell them they can't record it. Do not let them record it. Don't. They take a written statement. So they say, I will give you a statement. I don't agree for it to be recorded or dictated. All right? That is what you need to do. Do not do it otherwise. Trust me when I tell you, okay? They'll use it against you later. If you are in a car accident and there is an issue, liability, anything like that, let the lawyer handle it from the beginning, guys, all right? So let me tell you, you trying to do it on your own is not going to save you any money, right? Because an attorney gets paid a contingency, a 1/3 fee, right? That's how we get paid at the end of the case. Whether I get the case 6 months in or I get the case 1 month in. So don't do it. Your first call to an attorney should be in the first week, just to let you guys know, because that's when all the decisions you're going to be making are going to be affecting you later. But like I said, don't say, okay, I'll try to do it myself. If I can't figure it out, I'll get a lawyer. It's the dumbest thing you can ever do. Trust me when I tell you, don't do it, because you're going to pay me the same anyways. Let me do the work. Let me deal with these guys. All right. Let me make sure you get into the proper people. One other thing with medical bills, we just started talking about that before. We have letter of protection in Connecticut. Let's say you have no medical insurance, or if you have state, because if you have state insurance, you know they don't pay for anything. If you have a good lawyer, they have relationships around the community. They can get you in to see a physician, that's board certified, very highly rated, that normally you wouldn't be able to see because they don't take your state. They can get you in to see that physician under what's called a letter of protection. With the physician agrees, and it comes out that they will get paid at the end of the case only if there's a settlement. There's no risk to the client, right? So, and it doesn't come, quote unquote, out of your pocket, guys, because what's going to happen if it was unpaid bills, it goes into your damages at the end. So what does that mean? That means you get to go see the doctor. You don't have to be responsible for your copays or deductible right now. And because of your relationship, the relationship that that lawyer has with that doctor, right, you're going to get the best medical care available and not have to worry about finances. That's amazing. Okay. One other thing, and I don't recommend these, but one other thing there's a benefit in car accidents having a lawyer is that people get upon bad times. If you didn't have collision on your car and you got in an accident, and let's just say, I don't know, the person was driving without insurance or something and your car can't get fixed, you might need a loan, right? So there's certain loan companies, high interest rates, although we deal with one now that the interest rates are at least reasonable, but it's a high risk business, guys. I don't do it. We just provide the number for you guys, but they'll loan to you in the event that you have a car accident and you need money to be able to replace a car or whatever the case might be. Okay, or wages if you can't work. So all these things you have to take into account, guys. Okay, but again, let's rewind for a second and go back to what to do with the car accident, right? Pictures say 1,000 words. Pictures, use this little device right here and take your pictures. You guys do it on Facebook, take the pictures, okay? You know that there's that Panamera, or, I don't know what it's called. There's this feature where you can take the phone and go like this and you can see it, and if you move the phone, it's really cool actually on an iPhone. Do that with the scene, guys. Take pictures of not only the cars, the scene of the accident. Get the license plate in there. When you leave the scene of the accident, if the person's compliant, you should have a picture of their license plate, picture of the car. If you got a picture of them out the back window, great. If it's a tractor trailer, picture of the side, picture of the scene, and only take pictures clearly when it's safe. Don't get out of your car in the middle of ongoing traffic, obviously. Take pictures when it's safe. But pictures say in 1,000 words, and they help us so immensely. Okay, so understand that's so important with cases like these, right? So pictures. Move your car, call 911, call the police, let the police know what happened. That call is recorded, so make sure you figure out what you're going to say, or don't say anything that's going to bite you later. I've heard some 911 calls that are racist. I've heard, don't do it, guys, okay? You don't want, number one, it's not nice, but number two, you don't want a juror to hear that, all right? So you're going to do that 911 call, 911 call's done. Police are on their way. Move the car, obviously see, collect yourself and see what are my injuries. If you're feeling something, whiplash or something, you should take an ambulance. You should go to the hospital, get checked out. You are not a doctor, just like you are not a lawyer, okay? Report it to your insurance. You have a contractual duty to do so. Report the accident to your insurance, or you will pay for it later because you'll be in violation of the contract, okay? They can refuse to try to cover you. And lastly, medical bills. Don't make decisions on your case based around medical bills, okay, guys? Let the experts do that. Do not go to the ambulance or take an ambulance to the hospital because, oh my gosh, my medical bills. It all works out at the end. Trust me. I do these all day long. This is my specialty. And always have a free consultation with an attorney the first week. Do this. This is easy, right? Informal, do this. I mean, at the end of the day, you can talk about your concerns, your questions, your comments. At least if you choose to move forward and try to handle it on your own, you know the good parts, you know the bad parts, you know what to watch out for. However, most people that end up talking to me when I explain the process, they hire us because they're like, I don't want to deal with this. So, and the waiting to handle it on your own and then hiring an attorney later is only hurting you because at the end of the day, you still pay the same fee, all right? Attorney's fees in Connecticut, it's a contingent 1/3. So if a case settles for $30,000, the attorney gets 10, you get 20. That's it. If there's no settlement, the attorney gets nothing. It could be 100 hours of work. All right. So hopefully this helps you guys. Use these things, right? These are your best friends when it comes to car accidents. After the car accident, obviously, and always, like I said, give as detailed of a statement to the police officer as possible, and always report it to your insurance and give them a detailed statement of what happened sooner rather than later, because as time goes, things can fade. All right. And obviously, what is your next step? Call me. All right. So call our office if you have a car accident, if you're a pedestrian hit by a car, if you're a bicyclist hit by a car, any of the above. Talk to a professional. If you have a medical issue, you go to a doctor, right? So if you need law enforcement, you call the police. So if you need advice in a car accident, call the professionals. That's what my office does. We're happy to help you 24/7. You can text us 203-913. Excuse me. I was kidding myself. 203-399-0000. You can call us 203-399-0000 extension 1 for new cases. I'm always here to help. I'm always here to answer questions. No questions are stupid. There's no such thing. I'm here to educate you guys and make you guys better and make you guys able to make better decisions down the road. So guys, that's it. So enjoy the rest of the day. It's going to be 80 degrees and sunny tomorrow, so that's awesome. And if you have any questions, reach out. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.